Well, this is the second video about the TOEIC. So sorry about the first video. I didn't have a microphone, so the sound was not okay. So I hope this video would sound like better. So for this video, we will focus on questions and responses. I will show you the tips and strategies you need to apply. So let me share. So this is the material that I prepared for you. Okay. Before I start, second section, actually this is the second section, has a total of 25 items. So it's really important for you to score high in this section as well. And hopefully not to miss any point. So the idea here is that once you apply the strategies, and you will need a lot of concentration in memory skills. So I will refer to that later on. So you would get the 25 points out of the 100. So the most common strategies that I have identified, and actually the ones that really work are, so first of all, you need to focus on the WH equation in the auxiliary. This is the basic skill. So why? Because depending on the WH equation, for example, like where are the people going? So immediately when you hear the where, so you know the answer should be about a place, right? So the second basic strategy is pay attention to the auxiliary. Is the question in present, or is the question in past, or is the question in the future? So remember, not only the auxiliary about the tenses, you also have like modal auxiliaries. So you may have like could, should, might, would, any other modal auxiliary. So important, pay attention to the WH equation and pay attention to the auxiliary, okay? So those are like some examples here. Most time, people may miss like some points because sometimes they didn't pay attention and the question was in the future, and then the person chooses maybe present, and the question was related to the future. So before I continue with the second tip, so pay attention to the auxiliary. So the second strategy, it's a little bit about focusing your attention on the content words. So the content words are the most important words that you will have in a sentence. Usually, by mean, I refer to verbs, nouns, adverbs. So why? Those words carry the meaning. So in order to do it like better in that, so to do it like better at that, I would suggest, we will practice memory retention skills in dictation and retelling. At the end of the session, I will show you like some practice where you can go and practice doing that. So the strategy number 3, this is very common. I guess like a 90% of the samples or the statements you will hear have like the require the use of that strategy. So it says, be careful with similar sounding words or homonyms or the repetition of words, both from the statement and the possible responses. Remember, TOEIC's main aim is to check how well you understand English. Okay, so it means how well you understand. So it means is that you have to understand the gist, the idea, and the idea is not that you are going to check the word that you hear in the statement. If you listen to a sound in the statement or in the question, so if you choose it in the possible choice, that is a mistake. For example, I made this example for you. Like, do you know where I can park? You will always hear like three possible answers. So, first one, there's a park near here, just around the block. Park is my town, and I'm using the word park. This is the strategy. Park, and then I'm gonna use a similar. I can use the same word in a different context. So like there is a park near here. So in this case, park is parque. It's not parquear, right? So, and then I'm also repeating here the word park just to confuse people. Remember, similar sounding words, homonyms, like the same pronunciation, well, repetition of words from the statement and the possible responses are like words or choices to trick people. Okay, so we will practice a little bit here. So, and we will practice first with similar sounds. Okay, let me access the audio. And what I will do after we listen to each one, and I'm gonna write this script. Okay, so let me share the first one.
Part 2, Question Response. Skill 1, Similar Sounds. 1.
Was the letter delivered today?
Okay, very important, people. Remember, we are going to practice also, but we're going to try to improve our memory skills. So what do I mean by that? Like the three strategies that I have used is like try to repeat what the person said, or imagine this is dictation and you need to write down everything the person said. Okay, and that way your memory is going to, I would say, is going to be upgraded, and you will retain more information. Okay, I'm going to play it for you in order for you to do that activity.
1.
Was the letter delivered today?
Okay, so if you pay attention, so that statement is, was the letter delivered today? Okay, so we will see the possible choices.
A. Yes, it came this morning.
Okay, so the first one, A. Yes, it came this morning. Okay, let me play the second one.
B. The ladder was on the delivery truck.
The ladder, yeah, they're playing with sounds. Ladder and ladder. This is escalera. The ladder was on the delivery truck. In letter C.
C. He was late on Tuesday.
He was late on Tuesday. Okay, so similar sounds, letter, ladder, and late. Okay, so obviously here, option A would be the answer. So let's listen to the second one. So for the second one, let me play it for you. But this time I will play it and you will hear the question And then you will hear the three possible responses. And then I will give you some seconds and try to see which the best response is.
2,
Where can I find the nearest post office?
A,
I think this one's the softest.
B,
He was fined for parking in a no parking zone.
C,
There's one on the next block.
Okay, now I'm going to give you like some seconds. And now you should be able to have the response. So the segment, if you remember, exercising your memory skills. Where can I find the nearest post office? Okay. And let's see, A, B, or C. And here it is. So the nearest post office, the softest, maybe it sounds like post office, soft, like things like this, a similar sound. He was fined for parking in a no parking zone. There's one on the next block. This is the right response, you see. Okay, let's go and listen to number 3.
3,
Marianne is a very nice person, isn't she?
A,
Yes, she gets along well with everyone.
B,
Yes, she eats rice at every meal.
C,
No, I don't believe that's her purse.
Okay, so you were paying attention to that one. So you heard, Marianne is a nice person, isn't she? So, isn't she? And then let's see like words that are like similar. A nice person. Yes, she eats rice. Nice rice sounds like similar. And then you have 2 possible choices. Here, she gets along well. Se lleva bien. And I don't believe that's her purse. So, well, in this case, this is the right choice. Okay, for skill number 2, it's very similar. Well, actually, the 4 skills are about similar sounding words, homonyms, repetition of words. Okay, so let's go and practice with skill number 2, related words. Let me play the audio for you.
Skill 2, related words. 1,
How long have you been married?
A, almost 10 years. B, about 5 feet. C, the bride is my cousin.
Okay, I'm going to play it again for you.
About 5 feet.
How long have you been married?
A, almost 10 years. B, about 5 feet. C, the bride is my cousin.
Okay, the segment was, how long have you been married? So, and if you didn't pay attention how long, or you just hear how, you may make like some mistakes. So let's see the possible choices you were expected to hear. So almost 10 years, about 5, maybe some people could get confused here. And well, the answer is about 10 years. And you know, being married and bride, yeah, or wife, so you have to be careful. If you just hear like married, probably you may make a mistake here. Okay, let's go and listen to the second one.
2,
When does your flight leave? A,
It's a first-class ticket.
B,
At 10 tomorrow morning.
C,
I made the reservation last week.
Okay. Some of the choices are plausible. They could be options. So, but it depends on the question. So when, here is a question in the present, does your flight leave? Okay, well, it could be present or future here. So class ticket, yeah, related to flights. I made the reservation last week. But I made the reservation last week. So made means like past, but if you pay attention, the auxiliary is in present. So if you have it like in present, so you need to choose another one. So the best answer here is at 10 tomorrow morning. So that's what I told you at the beginning. Pay attention to the auxiliary. So especially about tenses, present, past, or future. Okay, let's continue with number 3.
Three.
Where would you like to eat dinner tonight?
A. Choose anything you like from the menu. B. It's my favorite meal of the day. C. There's a nice restaurant near my office.
Okay, so you were expected to hear the same was actually, where would you like to eat tonight? So in the possible choices, you had where. So this is about location and place. Okay, it's not what, right? So the only one which responds the question here, there's a nice restaurant near my office. Okay, then for skill number 3, we have homonyms, words that are pronounced the same. Okay, so let's do some practice about this.
Skill 3. Homonyms. 1.
He leaves next week, doesn't he? A.
No, he's going tomorrow.
B.
Yes, he's very weak.
C.
The leaves are turning yellow.
Okay, I tell you homonyms, words that are pronounced the same. The spelling is different, so be careful and also pay attention to the context. So if you paid attention to the statement, so the statement was, he lives next week, doesn't he? So that is a tag question. Okay, so he lives next week, doesn't he? Okay, be careful about lives. So let me write it for you. Okay, so we have lives here. I told you about similar words, the same sound here, different context. Next week, no, he's going tomorrow. Okay, we have to go and check. He's very weak. You see weak? Weak and weak, they have the same pronunciation. And here you have lives. So it's not about hojas. In this case, is sale. So the best response here, once you have made the decision, is A. So this is very common, as I told you. Same sounds, homonyms, similar sounds, or repeated words from the statement. Those are like distractors. Remember, try once to check how well you understand.